بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد خاتم النبيين والحمد لله رب العالمين. أهلا وسهلا بكم dear students in class in Malik Idris Sanusi School in Istanbul. Today's lesson is going to be a continuation تتمة in unit 3 بالوحدة الثالثة. طبعا if we have a homework we will do it, but before we get started, I want to say something. When we finish Unit 3, عندما ننتهي من الوحدة الثالثة سنقوم مثل العادة يعني اختبار في الوحدة الثالثة. عفوا، سنقوم باختبار بالوحدة الثالثة مثل العادة عندما ننتهي من الوحدة الثالثة كاملة. هل هناك مشكلة في الصوت؟ إذا كان هناك مشكلة في الصوت أخبروني لو سمحتم. نعم، إذا نبدأ درسنا بإذن الله. توكلنا على الله. We will get started with our lesson. We are in Unit 3. We should finish up with Unit 3 soon because we will have to get started with Unit 4. Where is it? Unit 3. We did all this. Is this the one? I told you to read this text. We will read it together. We still have two texts and one rule. And that one is pretty simple. This one is pretty simple. But let's get started reading the rule first. Can someone read, please? نعم، ثواني إذا سمحتم حتى So the oryx, this is our lesson. نعم يا مهند. Wait, just 1 second. I will allow you to unmute yourselves. نعم يا مهند. Would you please get started?
Okay. The oryx is a beautiful antelope with two long horns.
Okay.
It's one of the few big animals that can live in the desert. It gets most of its water from plants. It eats at night when there is some water on the leaves. It walks hundreds of kilometers to find food.
Okay, very good, Mohanna. Thank you. We will see some of the new words. So the oryx, this is the oryx, as you can see in the picture. المها العربية نسميها باللغة العربية المها. The oryx is a beautiful antelope. طبعا I think you have got it. The translation: antelope, ظبي, غزال, whatever you want to call it. With the two long horns. Horn, this is the horn. قرن. It is one of the few big animals that can live in the desert, في الصحراء. It gets most of its water from plants, من نباتات. It eats at night when there is some water on the leaves. الأوراق. I think the text is somewhat easy. سهل نوعا ما النص. It walks hundreds of kilometers to find food. Okay. Yes. Muhammad Salah, read the second paragraph, please.
In the 1960s, the population of oryx in the Arabian Peninsula إيش اسمه
Peninsula.
peninsula was very small. The animal was d-
In
endangered endangered because of hunting. It was hunted for two reasons. The local
Bedouin
Bedouin
people.
Bedouin people hunted it for meat, and city people hunted it for sport in the past. When the hunters were on horses, the oryx survived by hunters in a big four-wheel drive cars were able to follow the oryx everywhere. It could not get away from them. In 1972, the last wild oryx was shot.
Was shot. Okay, so this is a sad story الحقيقة. This is a true story, a sad story. In the Arabian Peninsula. Peninsula شبه الجزيرة. يعني سعودي أرابيا، يمن، شبه الجزيرة العربية. So, in the 1960s, the population تعداد of oryx in the Arabian Peninsula was very small. The animal was endangered. تعرض للخطر because of the of hunting. It was hunted for two reasons. لسببين. The Bedouins, the local Bedouins, البدو المحليين, people hunted it for meat, طبعا as usual. But that was not the real problem. The city people hunted it for sport. يعني في ناس تصطاد للرياضة، هيك تطلع تصطاد. وهون كان المشكلة. In the past, when the hunters were on horses, على الأحصنة, the oryx survived, نجت. But hunters in big four-wheel drive cars, سيارات الدفع الرباعي, were able to follow the oryx everywhere, لكل مكان. It could not get away from them. In 1972, the last wild oryx was shot. يعني أطلق النار عليه. So this is a sad story الحقيقة. Okay, yes, can someone else read? Can someone else? Let's see. نعم يا عمر. Who is بشرى? Who is not بشرى?
نقرا يستاهل.
لحظة شوي بابا إذا سمحت عمر. مين ياسمين طاهر؟ حدا بيعرف مين ياسمين طاهر؟ Okay عمر, thank you. She is gone now.
نبدأ يستاهل.
نعم عمر تفضل.
But happily, that was not the end of story. Those around the Middle East had quite a good number of oryx. They got the animals to breed to build up their numbers. Then in 1982, they brought some oryx back into the wild in Oman. The programs was a success, and in 1990 they did the something in Saudi Arabia. Of course, hunting the oryx is longer allowed today. The world population of this wonderful animals is about 900. Experts say it will probably soon be 1,000.
1,000. Okay, thank you, Omar. Okay, so now there is like a happy part of the story, but happily الحقيقة ذكروني فيها هاي الكلمة, بدي أحكي عنها شوي, كلمة happily تحديدا. That was not the end. Happily يعني بشكل سعيد. That was not the end of the story. يعني it didn't just die and go away. zoos around the Middle East, حدائق حيوان, had quite a good number of oryx. هذا الجيد. They got the animals to breed تتكاثر, to build up هون مش يعني يبني, it means to make the numbers bigger. Then in 1982 they put some oryx back into the wild, في البرية. In Oman the program was a success, نجح هالبرنامج هذا. And in 1990 they did the same thing in Saudi Arabia, في المملكة العربية السعودية. Of course hunting the oryx no longer allowed. انتبه على هي كلمة no longer, لم يعد. allowed مسموح. Today the wild population, تعداد بس wild يعني اللي في البرية, of these wonderful animals is about 900. Experts say it will probably soon be 1000, رح يكثر يعني يصير 1000, واللي هو نوعا ما يعني عدد جيد. Alright, so as you have seen, this is the text. It's an easy text. We have some new words, not too many new words. I think most of the words we already know. Maybe some words about the animal itself, like antelope, horns, peninsula. I think there's nothing too difficult with this text. Now we will get to the rule, okay, which is a very easy rule, which you already know most of them, you already know most of them. We will talk about that, but before I want to talk about the word happily. Look here please, معلش لو يعني خرجنا برات الدرس شوي, بس معلش ملاحظة مهمة لازم نحكي عنها. شوفوا إذا سمحتم. We have adjectives, تمام. We have adjectives, عندنا صفات. مثال الحمد لله. مثال slow. What does slow mean? تعني بطيء. Now look what I'm going to say. We have another type of words called adverbs. How do we form adverbs? كيف نصيغ الظروف? We form adverbs by adding ly to the adjective. يعني slow becomes slowly. لاحظت? Slowly. So this is an adverb now. هي صار الظرف. Adverbial adverb. صار الظرف. Sorry. This is an adverb now. Adverbial ظرف. Another example. Can someone give me an example? Can you give me examples? خلينا ناخذ اللي موجودة عندنا اللي هي happy. بإمكانكم you can send it to the chat. بس شوفوا اللي بتنتهي بواي وقبلها حرف ساكن بتصير happily. As you can see the text. Where is it? No. Happily. نعم بشرى. ما أحسنت. رغد بشرى مصطفى. شوفوا والله رغد شو عم تقول. friendly بشكل ودود. بشرى suddenly بشكل مفاجئ. مصطفى funny هي adjective. شوفوا الكلمة اللي هلا اللي قالوهم صحيح. friendly. شايفين أضفنا ly. happily. شو الكلمة اللي قالتها suddenly فجأة. هلا كلمة happy أو كلمة funny كمان حتنطبق عليها نفس القاعدة اللي قلناها فوق. funnily funnily sadly lonely. أحسنتم. مصطفى أبرار عم تقول lonely، محمد صلاح عم يقول sadly، عبد الرحمن ميلاد عم يقول quickly. very good. أحسنتم. شايفين؟ those are adverbs. طيب هلا هدول السؤال لسه ما كملناه، معلش هي ملاحظة مهمة ولو من خارج حتى درسنا. هدول الادفيربز يا ترى زمان أو مكان؟ هون السؤال. هدول الادفيربز زمان أو مكان؟ مو بنعرف نحن انه الظروف الادفيربز يعني بتكون زمان او مكان. الحقيقة هدول نوع ثالث من الادفيربز بنسميهم adverbs of manner. ظروف الهيئة، يعني لا مكان ولا زمان وإنما هيئة شكل. يعني شوف بالله كلمة slowly معناتها بشكل بطيء، هي لا زمان ولا مكان. الحقيقة كلمة fast مهند غالبا بنستعمل fast نفسها، هي adverb adjective و adverb، يعني نادرا ما نستعمل fastly. المهم هدول الظروف اسمهم adverbs of manner، ظروف الهيئة. يعني بينما عندي مثلا ظروف الزمان adverbs of time or adverbials of time مثل now, then, tomorrow. Those are adverbials of time. ظروف المكان here, there. Those are adverbials of place. Okay. Now we get back to our rule. هاي بس أنا حبيت أذكر يعني أعطيكم هاي الملاحظة مهمة تعرفوا، يعني أنتوا بتخيل مرة معنا بس يعني نتذكرها. هاي القاعدة اليوم سهلة جدا واللي هي contractions. أحسنت يا عمر. angry, angrily, angrily. أحسنت يا عمر. Okay. Now this rule as you can see واللي هي contracted forms of speech. Using contractions الاختصارات. Using contractions. We usually write عادة بنكتب it is، لكن وقت اللي بدنا نتكلم بنقول it's. نكتب could not، وقت اللي بدنا نتكلم بنقول couldn't. it will، it'll. شايفين؟ معناتها شوفوا شو المقصود هون. نحن بنعرف انه في اختصارات الانجليش. هلا انا رح اتوسع شوي بالقاعده. عم يقولوا لي هون انه الصيغه يلي بنكتبها هي غير مختصره، لكن يلي بنقولها هي بتكون مختصره. رح اتوسع شوي بهذا الكلام انا واقول الصيغ المختصره. الصيغ المختصره contracted forms. contracted forms، الصيغ المختصرة are more formal. هذا توسع بالقاعدة، هذا مو مذكور بقاعدتك. صيغة رسمية أكثر. يعني إذا أنت بدك ترسل رسالة إلى فرضا مدير المدرسة أو وزير التربية أو مسؤول، ما بتستعمل الصيغ المختصرة. You don't use contractions. You use the full form. استعمل الصيغة الكاملة. في الكتابة إذا يعني تقريبا بتنطبق على القاعدة اللي عنا. When we write we use full form. When we talk we use contracted form. بس هي كل القاعدة سهلة جدا. هذا كلام إضافي، هذا كلام إضافي يعني مش مشكلة لو ما حفظته، بس يعني لحتى أوسع لك معلوماتك. إذا when we write we use full form. When we talk we use the contracted form. مثل شو contracted full forms عندنا يعني مئات الأمثلة. She is, she's, they will, they'll. عندنا أمثلة كتير وبإمكانكم تعطوني أمثلة كتير، ما راح أركز عليها القاعدة، يعني هي مهمة ولكن سهلة جدا، ما في داعي نضيع أكثر من هيك وقت عليها. So بعيد القاعدة بكل بساطة، بالصيغ المكتوبة نكتب الصيغة الكاملة full form. When we talk, when we speak, we use the contracted form. بس هي شو يعني contracted form؟ يعني الصيغة المختصرة. الصيغة المختصرة. That's it. That's all about it. تمام؟ She is, she's, they will, they'll. قلت لك أنا أضفت على هذا الكلام I added to this that. I added to this that the contracted form Alhamdulillah, that the contracted form is usually used informal بالرسمي informal speech بالكلام الرسمي. That's it. This is our rule as we have seen. So we usually write the full form, but we usually talk or speak or say the contracted form. This is it. طبعا we will do a homework about it, but we also have a text and we will try to read it, and then we are almost done with unit 3. But let's read the text first. أنا ما قلت لكم تقرأوه, but we have time, we can read it. Can someone start reading the text, please? Can someone start reading the text? Let's see. بدي من اللي ما عم بسمع صوتهم. غير مهند, غير رغد, غير بشرى. نعم, يلا يا شباب, غير أسيف. Yes. يلا يا شباب اللي نايمين وينهم البقية؟ Who can read? Who can read? شو رأيكم اختار أنا؟ طيب يلا أحمد, would you please read?
I am standing by the Nile.
Ahmed, would you please read the title?
The Aswan Dam Trump or Tragedy.
Tragedy. Okay, tamam.
I'm standing by the Nile in the wonderful town of Aswan in southern Egypt. The air is clean and hot. Air is clean and hot, and the cool water of Nile is flowing silently past me. It looks beautiful, but is everything as perfect as it looks?
Thank you, Ahmed. Okay, let's see. So the Aswan Dam, what's the meaning of dam? What's the meaning of dam? Can someone explain it in English, please? Dam. What's the meaning of dam? Can someone explain it in English? What does dam mean? You can send the answer to the chat if you want. What does dam mean? We know what it is in Arabic, but I want the explanation in English. What does dam mean? Can someone explain it to me in English? Quickly, please. Yes. نعم يا أسيف رافع يدك. Yes, أسيف.
I think, teacher, it's a big wall.
Yeah, very good. It's a big wall. Where? On what?
On the sea or river.
Yeah, could be on the sea. That's true. So it's a big wall on the river to hold water and generate electricity. Very good, Asif. Bushra عم تقول it's like a big thing we put in the river. Yes, a big wall so the water can't go out. Very good, Bushra. أحسنتي. All right, good. So the Aswan Dam, أكيد سمعانين بسد أسوان. Is it a triumph? شوف هالكلمة. Look at this word. Triumph. triumph. triumph يعني victory. يعني victory. triumph. triumph يعني win. Yeah, exactly. أحسنت محمود. أحسنت محمد صلاح. Okay, very good. أحسنتم. So triumph. triumph it is victory انتصار or tragedy. Very good. أحسنت يا رغد. So is it now we are going to talk about the Aswan Dam. Is it a triumph انتصار or tragedy? Tragedy يعني a sad thing مأساة. So this reporter Natasha Ward, look, correspondent مراسلة. I'm standing by the Nile in the wonderful town of Aswan in southern Egypt. The air is clean and hot, and the cool water of the Nile is flowing silently. ذكرتوها هاي الكلمة؟ هلا قبل شوي كنا عم نحكي عنها. Silently. شو هي هاي الكلمة silently? Where is it? What does silently mean? Or what is it? Silently. It's an adverb of manner. Silently. بشكل صامت. Okay, no need. Thank you. Past. هلا هاي كلمة جديدة بقى واللي هي past. تقول لي كلمة past جديدة. الحقيقة past you know past as ماضي. لكن past هنا معناتها بمحاذاة يمر بجانب. past me. لاحظها معنى آخر إضافي additional meaning. It looks beautiful but is everything as perfect as it looks? Yes? Can someone start reading please? هلا الوقت محدود فلا نقرأ نحن. إذا لحقنا كامل النص أوكي، ما لحقنا مش مشكلة بنكمله في الدرس القادم. Let's see. I want new people. نعم يا أبرار. Yes أبرار. Can you hear me يا أبرار؟ أبرار. نعم يا أبرار. أبرار معايا أنت؟
ايه نسمع يا استاذ.
تمام. ممكن تعلي صوتك شوي أو تقربي على الميكروفون شوي.
اقرا.
نعم تفضلي.
In the 1960, the Aswan Dam was built, and it changed the
هاي كلمة جديدة.
ecology.
Ecology. Yes.
Ecology. كمل يا استاذ.
Yeah, but would you please, Abrar, would you please raise your voice?
نعم يا استاذ.
علي صوتك شوي ما عم نسمعك يا أبرار.
Ecology of the Nile dramatically before the river used for flood in the summer every year, and the water bright earth, which was very good for the farmers. The land was rich, and it was easy to grow food. Now farmers to grow food to have use شنو هذا يا أستاذ؟
Chemicals. Okay, thank you, Abrar. I will go. I will reread it and try to explain it. So, in the 1960s, I have a question here. 1960s, which year is this? In the 1960s, what does 1960s mean? Yes. نعم يا مصطفى.
It's between 60 to 69.
Very good, أحسنت. So in the 1960s, لاحظ, pay attention, there is an S. 1960s, So it's between 1960 to 1969. 10 years period. 10 years period. Okay, so in the 1960s, sorry, the Aswan Dam was built and it changed, this is the new word, the ecology. Ecology, البيئة, the same as environment. The same as environment, البيئة of the Nile dramatically. هلا احيانا عم تلاحظوني عم اقول dramatically and dramatically. We can say this and we can pronounce it in this way or in that way, it doesn't matter. So it changed the ecology of the Nile dramatically بشكل مأساوي بشكل كبير جدا بشكل كبير جدا جدا dramatically. It changed the ecology of the Nile dramatically. Before then, the river used to flood in the summer, فيضان in the summer every year, and the water is in a flood, like bring new water in the summer every year. The water brought earth, turab, which was very good for the farmers. The land was rich and it was easy to grow food. Now farmers have to use chemical fertilizer. Chemical, as you know, كيميائي. Fertilizer, أسمدة كيميائية on their land. That costs money and is not as good as the earth from the river. On the other hand, رح أقرأ أنا هذا المقطع أنتم بتكملوا المقاطع البقية. On the other hand, من جهة أخرى, farmers are happy that the river is always the same. How always the same? No flood. Now there is no flood. Before there was sometimes too much water. لاحظ هالعبارة كثير جدا من المياه. طيب ليش ما قلنا very much water? If we say very much معناتها this is normal. But when we say too much it has a negative meaning. يصير لها معنى سلبي. And sometimes not enough. Okay. Yeah, let's read on. Can someone read the second one? Let's see. نعم يا بشرى.
نقرأ من الجهة الثانية صح؟
The middle. Yeah, in the middle.
Okay. The dam caused other problems. The river also used the dam caused other problems. The river also used to carry food for fish. After the dam was built, there were fewer fish in the river and in the past and in the sea along the coast of Egypt. And of course, it was terrible for the people who lived south of the dam. They lost their homes when Lake Nasser was created.
Okay, thank you.
Kamal.
No, okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'll go on. Thank you, Bushra. So the dam caused other problems. The river also used to carry food for fish. ممكن يصير فيضان فيحمل الطعام للسمك. After the dam was built, there were fewer fish, أقل عدد من السمك in the river. And in the sea, along the coast of Egypt, بمصر, ساحل مصر. And of course, it was terrible for the people who lived south the dam, جنوبي السد. They lost their homes. فقدوا منازلهم when Lake Nasser بحيرة ناصر was created. وجدت. رح أقرأ أنا لأنه ما معنا وقت كتير، خلينا نخلي الناس. But let's not forget the best thing about the Aswan Dam. أفضل شيء عن أسوان دام the hydroelectric power station. محطة توليد الكهربائية. محطة توليد الكهربائية. Produces تنتج lots of clean electricity. كهرباء نظيفة. ليش سميناها كهرباء نظيفة مغاسلينها؟ يعني لا، لأنه بدون تلوث، تنتج بدون تلوث. For Egyptian people and their industries والصناعة, and it will continue to do so. سوف تستمر for many years. معناتها as we have seen, it has some downsides, مساوئ, but it also has very, very big مزايا, or as we can say, pros, محاسن, pros. All right, I think our time is almost up. I wanted to give you a homework. I will give you a homework. It's not going to be so difficult. Let's see.